2. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
11. 11B. Move.
From the gun, it's Bortles. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call it student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called rose stem right or rose stem left, depending on the formation. 28 toss. And 28 toss was their bread and butter.
They keep it with Miller on 1st down. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, it's Watson. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Got him.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
Come back.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I'll tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them, and they took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
And now out comes Houston. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Richmond.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at the 34.
We got three, fellas.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big third down play there for the Jags. 44 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Into the red zone, it's Bortles. And this one is incomplete. Well, he's been the guy, already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Tight end right. 11. Move.
Throwing now is Bortles. And that is incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Spread right, 72. Bunch right. Check. Go left.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Bortles. And it's caught. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down.
Let's go.
They come out here in the eye. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Corey Grant with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Lambo to add on the extra point. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that makes the score 21-0. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the play. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage. Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open. Now a first down throw, Watson. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion. And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 46. So after the INT, it's Bortles. He'll rifle this one deep right. That's caught at the 25. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 51 yards. They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. T.J. Yeldon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And here comes the Texans now. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they? Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right? Unfortunately. I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience. Yeah. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week. No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Jaguars are pouring it on. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And last time, one-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Watson just beating the play clock. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Sliding out of the pocket. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Texans get a bit closer.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 63 yards. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
spread right, 72. Move.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. That's complete right around the 8. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Jaguars continue to roll. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
Did the same. It smelled terrible. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Play action from Miller. Now Watson underneath for Miller. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Telvin Smith in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Faking the give. Now Watson. Flush to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
I think in normal situations, most play callers would probably shelve that play in this situation. But down in the red zone, got a little something extra to play with. I like the way that he took a shot and went after it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Lambo will put this one through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced him to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Right back to him on 1st down. Finding some room at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now the former Oregon man, this is Kenyon Barner, looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. From the gun, here's Watson. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like the other.
Wide open receiver complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on fourth down. Now Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Wilson. 11 more on that one and another first down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now it's Watson. Catch made right side by Wilson. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Texans on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Richmond.
From the gun, Watson. His pass caught at the 4. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Fournette. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Watson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Watson. And my goodness, another interception. A.J. Bouye with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Here's Bortles to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The Jaguars on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's Magoo looking to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for
All
it.
right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Leopard.
Throwing here, Magoo. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right.
And now here is another interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Hey, you got three down.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Third and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction.
Let's go, G. Tighten up.
Now this time Bortles will throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep over the... And got his man complete. A big gain of 38 there on third down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They work again from the 38 on second and 10.
Watch left. 372. Move.
Back to the air on second down. It's Bortles. Now he'll escape to his left. That is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. Now Bortles again. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Bortles now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Lucy.
Again, they'll throw with Bortles. His throw caught at about the 5. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Corey Grant with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Jaguars are pouring it on. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And now out comes Houston. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Texans on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Watson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
Richmond.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Lucy.
On 1st down, Bortles. They still can't get it. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 19.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
Shotgun now for Bortles. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 and what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Alert! 3 down. Throw that.
They'll go for it. It's Bortles. Flushed out right. Over the middle, complete. That's Cole. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now Bortles toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Bortles now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any pick.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They give him a gain of 38.
No. Check. Patriot.
Ali throwing on 1st down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. The Texans on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 16. Out of the gun, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Well, they were 2 for 3 on 4th down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4, I mean, 2 for 3 before that. They finally get stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that'll keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it.
He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now he'll go deep down the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. The Jaguars on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10.
Move.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Play action for Miller. Now Watson, flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Ali. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Looking to throw. Ali. And it is incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
No surprise. They try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up, right?
Get your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
So right. Move.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 25th touchdown. Tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Jaguars continue to roll. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They run again with Barner. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And just shutting him off there. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
A first down carry now for Miller. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Fairbairn good with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. all right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the...
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play. Bortles to Westbrook, 49 yards.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Let's go, let's go. 372. Check 88. Check 88. Mike 39, Lucy.
Bortles going to look to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Bortles going to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Jadeveon Clowney in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And what are the whistles for? A timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following two negative plays.
It's all right, it's all right.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And this will be caught. We'll forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who's really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jags, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Indianapolis Colts come to town. Meanwhile, for the Texans, it's just their third loss as they fall now to 10.